Hi everybody, or as we say in the Balkans, ciao, zdravo, bok. Today we will talk about three languages that sound very similar to each other: Serbian, Croatian and Bosnian. Many of our students wonder why we say that we speak a different language when we can all understand each other perfectly. And that's a very reasonable question. However, the answer is not maybe that simple. So, in this video, we will explain some of the key differences and compare three languages so you can see exactly where they vary. But before we start, if you like our channel and find these topics interesting, please give us a follow by hitting the subscribe button. The number of subscribers directly impacts how many people will see our videos, so it's the best way to show your support. So first, let's discuss the elephant in the room. Are Serbian, Croatian and Bosnian really three different languages or just three different variations of one language? From a linguistic point of view, they're just three variants of the same language. Actually, until the 90s, kids in schools learned a language called Serbo-Croatian. However, in everyday life, if you ask a person from Serbia or Croatia or Bosnia what language they speak, they will tell you a different thing. I speak Serbian, I speak Croatian, and I speak Bosnian. And that's completely fair. Once we were all part of one country called Yugoslavia and we shared a language. But today we have separate countries, and so each country has its own standard language. And yes, all three languages still follow similar sentence patterns and share the same vocabulary and grammar structure. So for you as a learner, the linguistic theory and historical background don't really matter. What matters is that once you learn one of the three languages, you will be able to say that you speak the other two as well. So that's a pretty cool benefit, I would say. Okay, now let's move on to key differences. But if I said that Serbian, Croatian, and Bosnian share the same grammatical structure and core vocabulary, then what are the differences? What's left to be different? Let's see in the rest of this video. We can divide the differences essentially into three categories: alphabet, pronunciation, and some everyday vocabulary. As you already know, Serbian has two official alphabets, Latin and Cyrillic, and they're both equally used. So if you're visiting Serbia, take a look around when you're outside. You will see traffic signs, billboards, graffiti, posters, ads, everything in both scripts. On the other hand, Croats use only Latin alphabet and Bosnians use both Cyrillic and Latin, but Latin is way more present. You can see Cyrillic script only in some parts of Bosnia where the majority of the population are Serbs. So if you learn only Latin, you can get by easily in all three countries. Though you can run into some obstacles in Serbia because a lot of things are written in Cyrillic, especially the official stuff like documents, books, traffic signs, etc. But don't be afraid of the Cyrillic script. Turn it into your unique skill and superpower. We have a whole video dedicated to the Cyrillic script, teaching you how to write and read each letter. So check it out here. Next, we have pronunciation differences between the three languages, and they're easily spotted. And we don't mean the accent. If you spoke to or heard Bosnians or Croats speaking, you may have noticed that they use the letter y much more often than Serbians do. And this is one of the differences between these three languages. So while Serbian standard sticks to the vowel e, Croats and Bosnians often add y between vowels, which slightly lengthens the word. You can see that in the word beautiful, for example. In Serbian we say lep, and in Croatian and Bosnian lijep. The same goes for the word milk. In Serbian it is mleko, and in Croatian and Bosnian it's mlijeko. The Serbian variation with e is known as ekavian, and the Croatian and Bosnian variation with y is known as ijekavian. Of course, the meaning of the words doesn't change. So if you go to Zagreb or Sarajevo and say mleko, everyone will understand you, and vice versa. Here are some other examples. Pesma, pjesma, bežati, bježati, vreme, vrijeme, čovek, čovjek, dete, dijete, sneg, snijeg. While grammar is practically the same, you may still notice some small differences. For example, Croatians love infinitive form, while in Serbian we mostly use da plus present tense. Let me give you an example. Volim da čitam knjige, or želim da idem na more. These would be sentences in Serbian. And in Croatian, volim čitati knjige, or želim ići na more. Serbian standard also recognizes the infinitive forms, but we use da plus present tense much more often. Another grammatical difference is in the future tense. In Serbian we say učit ću, radit ću, spavat ću. And in Croatian and Bosnian you will hear učit ću, radit ću, spavat ću. Again, the difference is really not big, but it's noticeable for learners and especially in the written form. And now, vocabulary. Everyday words can shift in both subtle and noticeable ways, so this is where these languages vary the most, especially Serbian and Croatian. The differences in vocabulary between Serbian and Bosnian are so small, we won't be going over them here. But let's look at some differences between Serbian and Croatian. Some Croatian speakers find Serbian versions of the words entertaining, and vice versa. TikTok and Instagram are full of videos where Serbian people have fun reviewing Croatian words, or Croatian people laugh at some Serbian words. These are really fun to watch. So let's now compare some basic words in Serbian and Croatian. I will give you the Serbian word first, followed by its Croatian equivalent. Ćao or zdravo. In Croatian it is bok. Voz, vlak. Hleb, kruh. Apoteka, ljekarna. Pozorište, kazalište. Patike, tenisice. Pasoš, putovnica. Biber, papar. Ogledalo, zrcalo. Peškir, ručnik. Fudbal, nogomet. Supa, juha. Sijalica, žarulja, čaršav, plahta. As you can see, Serbian and Croatian have some pretty different words used in everyday life. An interesting thing is that in Bosnia and some parts of Serbia, there are many Turkish words that are used because of the history and the time that these countries spent under the Ottoman Empire. So you can hear some very interesting words that are difficult to translate. One such word is merak. Merak is the feeling of pure joy and contentment derived from simple, everyday pleasures. I can say, za mene je merak da čitam knjigu dok pada kiša. Another such word is ćef. Ćef is when you do something only for pleasure and out of whim. For example, otišli smo na more u sred nedelje, čisto iz ćefa. Sevdah. Sevdah is a state of intense, melancholic longing for love, often described as beautiful suffering. Kad čujem stare pesme, obuzme me sevdah. Of course, Croatians know these words and feelings, but these are much more natural concepts and much more frequently used in Bosnia and some parts of Serbia. So, one thing we can definitely conclude is that languages in the Balkans are not just about linguistics. They are closely tied to regional politics, history, and national identity. Can this topic cause a heated debate in a kafana Oh yeah, for sure. However, I think that understanding nations around you is truly a gift that we should all fully embrace and support each other. And if you're a language learner, it's a true linguistic treat to learn one language but be able to communicate in 3 different countries at once. That's pretty rare and impressive. So that's all for this video. See you again in our next video with a new interesting topic. Ciao I vidimo se!